Looks like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Alright, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy. Yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy. Take your pick. I'll open in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy. It's what you mean. While you chase the crooks and I take the lead. Living rent-free. That's my name. Go ahead, say it. Put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old. Well, here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, all in your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the premiere of that letter. Yes, that was something that I did live that I just uploaded for your pleasure. Oh yeah. Today, if you're not paying any attention, all the anti-what-the-hales group, today is the day that you want to really pay close attention because you're about to find out what your money is actually going to. So you just stay tuned because that's coming up later. That is coming up later. But you're gonna get some really some fire. And I do want to thank I want to thank Max Labs. I also want to thank Rickles. Rickles, you sent me over something that I had totally forgotten about and wasn't really keeping track of. And oh my gosh. It is going to light that anti-what-the-hales ecosystem all up. Oh, just you wait. It's all I can say is you do not want to miss the what I've got that I'm about to show you guys. It's gonna be fire. It is gonna be fire. And I do want to welcome Gilly Russell has become a YouTube member, and
welcome to the shit show.
Oh yeah, every single day.
A new flavor of fuckery,
'Cause
everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clots. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday,
oh yeah,
and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid predicament, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Oh yeah,
We're all over again.
Welcome, Gilly, and trust me, it will be much crazier. Good to see everybody. I'm so glad you made it in the middle. Hey, Max. Oh, Max, we've got fire today. Just you wait until you see what's going to be coming, because it's going to get really good. It's going to get really good. I also do want to send a thanks out. Someone sent me something on Cash App, and I want to thank you. I can't pull it up right now, but I do want to thank you very much. There is a Badger t-shirt. Don't you guys know this? There is a Badger t-shirt. I've got not only a Badger t-shirt, but I have a brand new t-shirt out there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I released it the other day. Let me see if I can pull it up for you, because it's good. I have also a Welcome to the Nut House t-shirt, and let's see, we'll go here, and I'll pull it up for you just so you can see what exactly. Oh, it's out of stock. Oh man, why in the hell is it out of stock? Let me see. I've got a new one out. And I'll show you this one here, just so you guys can see it, because I do have really good stuff. And thank you so much for the super chat, Star Z. I do have a Badger shirt out there. I've got all kinds of stuff on the store. You just have to look for it. Hey Max, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, thank you very much for the $2. $2 Max. Max has been keeping me updated on stuff. I just haven't had the opportunity to stream as much. Friday was a bit crazy. Saturday was really crazy. I took a little time off. I was going to stream this today, but I am so glad that I held off. All right, let me present this for you so you guys can see. So I do have a new shirt. It's this one right here. It says, and you can get it in multiple colors. You got it red, brown, or sort of like a reddish color, and then you mauve, and then you got royal blue. It says, I was trying hard to be an ass, found out it comes naturally. Yes, you can order those things, and it's life lesson number 1. So yes, there are, and that jackass right there, I took a picture of while my wife and I were on vacation. And he just had that look of, I really enjoy my life. It was so much fun. But yeah, I do have that. I do have shirts and cups and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, if you're interested in getting some swag, there's the place to go. And oh, well, I don't think he's streamlining things. I do think that the judge, and I want to give a little bit of a roast to the judge also in my next letter. Just so you guys know, there will be a roast for the judge. And I may combine it all into just one long one, because it is on fire. All right. So let's get to the first thing here, because I'm sure everybody already knows that the judge, well, that this came in the mail. It was a request for extension to answer otherwise plead. Marla Hughes requests an extension of time of 30 days to answer the otherwise plead to the complaint as good cause for this request. The defendant needs additional time to locate counsel and prepare a responsive pleading. So this is what she supposedly sent to Jacksonville. She complied with Rule 7.1b, but she says that on April 16th, a copy of the foregoing was emailed to counsel of record for the plaintiff. And signs it Marla Hughes. She says, Your Honor, I'm in contact with an attorney and we're negotiating terms. I emailed Mr. Shockett, names spelled improperly, before the time was up, but he did not reply. Well, there might be a reason why he didn't reply.
I emailed him the longer, more formal request last evening to make sure I complied with the rules of procedure as I know them now. Previously, my understanding was that Mr. Helms had a continuous and Mr. Shockett, name is spelled improperly, needed to do a rewrite, that everything was on hold, and I have attached the original email as well as the more formal request I sent to Mr. Shockett.
You misspelled the name. Yet multiple times. And then, of course, she has the subject, consent to continuance. And if you look at the email on this, which it is public record, but I don't show it, is because she does not email Randy. And of course, if you look where this is sent to, what does this say here? It says it was sent to Gainesville, Florida. She said she mailed this to Jacksonville. But it's also the date that she mailed it right here. The date that she mailed it would have been the 17th. So normally you would mail this the day that you email the attorney, or maybe contact the attorney right off the bat instead of doing what Bubbles says. But you're about to find out today what happens whenever people do what Bubbles says. Oh yeah, that's coming later. Trust me. You're not going to want, if you hate Jeremy with all get out, you are not going to want to miss the second half of this today, because it is going to, it should enrage you to know where your money has been going. It should absolutely tick you off. Notice the date on this, 4/17/2025. She reached out to him on the 16th. She sent this to the Gainesville division. Now, in her original email to the judge, her original posting to the judge, the one that she filed, the one the judge signed off on, said that, oh, she emailed him or called him or whatever it might be. It doesn't really matter, but that she sent this to Jacksonville. And that's why there was a delay. It also says the expected date is 4/19. This is why whenever you get served, you should be filing almost as soon as you possibly can. Don't wait till the last minute. And of course, the rest of it is absolute garbage. Well, of course, we all know that the judge did read her filing and said, upon consideration of the foregoing, it's ordered this the 25th day of April 2025. Defendant Marla Hughes has moved for 30 days to file a response to plaintiff's initial complaint, Doc 33. This motion appears to be the previously filed motion that was hindered by mailing delays. No, it was not hindered by mailing delays. And if the judge would have been paying any attention, there was no mailing delays. She didn't mail it on time. See Doc 31. The court already acknowledged that any response to the initial complaint would be quickly superseded given the forthcoming amended complaint, and granted defendant Hughes 21 days to respond to the amended complaint after it is filed. So as soon as Randy files that, they have 21 days, and that clock starts ticking. And it's going to tick by really fast. And also we have gifted
Welcome to the ship
5
show.
memberships. Oh,
Every
yes.
single day.
Every single day.
A new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause
'Cause
everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid predicaments, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery.
Oh, yeah.
Over and all over again.
No, I only do one at a time. But I thank you so much. Thank you very much, Frankie, for the 5 gifted memberships. Make sure you show Frankie some love. She is a sweetheart. And that is very kind of her. Gwen, the shizzy was it mailed from Gainesville? No, it was mailed to Gainesville. It was mailed to Gainesville. As you can see right here, it says to U.S. District Court, Gainesville Division, 401 East Street, Gainesville, Florida. Yes, it was mailed to Gainesville. Mm-hmm. And they mailed it priority mail. They could have mailed it next day. They could have done it UPS, mailed it next day. If you were running late, that's normally the way you would do it. Of course, it's going to be about 3 times that amount just mailing it that short distance. I also don't understand why they just didn't get it mailed in the first place. Where was it mailed from? It was mailed from her address in Bronson, Florida, which is still in Levy County. It doesn't matter where it was mailed from. She mailed it on the 17th, the day that it was the judge or the clerk filing that stuff in there. Gifted 5, Dwayne, another 5 memberships. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the shit show.
So much.
Every single day. A new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, vulgar, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, we're all over again.
Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate you. Make sure you show Dwayne some love. Give them the kindness and the love that they deserve. And again, this stuff being mailed late, this is on her, and that the judge let it pass goes to show where this judge might be thinking, yeah, you don't have any wrenches here. I know that there's, if you're green, it just means that you're a subscriber. The only way that you would know that you're an actual mod and have a wrench here would be if you were blue. And I don't only have a few people that are blue. Rick, friend, thank you so much. $3. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. I haven't seen you in a while, Rick. It is good to see you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And I'm about to make the ANTI-WTH's ecosystem lose their ever-loving mind today. Oh, once they hear the kind of garbage that Bubbles has been up to, it is going to be insane. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Dwayne, for the memberships. I appreciate you. If you're a Smurf and a good repairman, or you could be Valhalla, which he gets a wrench just about everywhere that he goes. It's all his fault. It's all his fault. All right. So, of course, this was denied as moot. So this particular thing was denied as moot, which means the judge didn't accept this filing because, it was already overwritten. But as you guys know, there's always going to be one of those wonderful letters that come out. And I've got, quite a few of them today. So be prepared.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
An open letter to Marla Hughes, Gainesville's postal service queen of fiction. Oh, dear Marla. Oh, sweetheart, you really thought you were going to slip that one past the Gainesville division, didn't you? Just lean real hard on the old "it's in the mail" excuse like this was 1974 and Judge Bolitho wouldn't notice the giant steaming pile of nonsense you parked right in his docket. You came into federal court acting like pro se means professional at sending excuses. But unfortunately for you, The federal judiciary runs on rules and facts, not fairy tales about post offices and imaginary continuance motions that somehow exist only in your twisted, sick little mind until the day you needed to cover your ass. The envelope always tells the truth, even when you don't. So let's go ahead and walk you through the timeline one more time, nice and slow, since time management is something clearly not being your strong suit. March 24th, 2025, you and your happy ass was personally served. The clock starts. On April 14th, the deadline to file your responsive pleading, and you did nothing. On April 17th, plaintiff moves for default. Clerk enters default, and the same day, your envelope is postmarked. April 18th, which would be Friday, the court receives your motion, the one you claimed you sent before default was entered, even though the postmark says otherwise. Marla, help me out here. Was your plan to gaslight the Northern District of Florida, Gainesville Division, into believing you're a victim of time-traveling postal conspiracy? Did you think Gainesville runs on your honor system? Because all that envelope proved is you didn't bother to lift a damn finger until your back was against the wall. You didn't miss the deadline because of mail delays, Marla. You missed it because you were too busy playing defense like a toddler hiding under the kitchen table with her eyes closed, thinking if she can't see the problem doesn't exist. Or maybe you were sending hate email messages to people that talk about how horrible of a person that Lynette is, allegedly. And you can't spin this into sympathy, Marla. You told the judge on the record that you mailed a motion for continuance before default hit, but the envelope you sent to the Gainesville Division wrecks that lie on contact. Postmarked April 17th, same day the default was entered. Not the day before, not 2 days before, the same damn day. Did you forget that the court scans and posts the mail with the envelope attached, or did you just assume that your pro se status gave you the green light to lie to a federal judge like this was traffic court in Levy County? Here's the part I love the most. You didn't even mail your continuance motion until 3 full days after your deadline expired. That's not the mail delayed me. That's you failed to show your happy ass up, then tried to gaslight the record after the fact. This isn't even your first story problem. Remember the last little song and dance about negotiating with potential attorney? Funny, no names, no declarations, no affidavits, no exhibits, just happy vibes. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, this motion for continuance appears like the world's saddest get out of default free card, but only after the default was already entered. You know, the one you swore was already in Jacksonville? Except, whoops, it was postmarked the day of. Girl, you didn't just step on a rake, you hit yourself in the face with it, backed up and did it again, backed up and did it again, backed up and did it again. Reminder, the Gainesville Division ain't the Levy County PTA. This is federal court, not Marla's mail-in forgiveness hotline. You aren't up against a traffic cop who will cut you a break because your cousin knows his mama. You're in front of Judge Bolitho in the Northern District of Florida, Gainesville Division, where Rule 12 is the thing. Deadlines aren't optional and postmarks don't lie. The only thing that saved your bacon this time was plaintiff's counsel playing magnanimous, but not because you deserved it, but because they probably know they're gonna spank you on the merits anyway of this case. But don't get cute. You won't get a pass twice. The next time you roll into court with a story this stupid, there won't be a soft landing. There will be sanctions, and you'll have the rare honor of getting smoked by your own bullshit filed paperwork. Final thought, Marla, because I know that you'll read this. Federal court doesn't care if you emailed it with a kiss and a prayer. Federal court doesn't care if you were thinking about hiring a lawyer. Federal court cares that you show your happy ass up on time with your paperwork in order. You're not the victim of USPS. You're the victim of your own half-assed approach to litigation. Next time, try FedEx, or better yet, just try the truth. Sincerely, Shizzy Wisnut. proprietor of the Short Bus Litigation Academy, specializing in remedial courses like deadlines are real, mailing isn't filing, lying to the judge is a bad idea, even if you are cute.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
Oh, you thought I was done, didn't you? No, I have an open letter to the Honorable Judge Zachary Bolitho. If you let them lie on the record, don't be shocked when they do it yet again. Dear Judge Bolitho, with the deepest respect, and I mean that the same way one might respect a man trying to empty the ocean with a coffee cup, I have to ask, are you actually effing reading these filings, Your Honor? Or just glancing at the headers and rubber stamping your way through this circus? Because if you had taken even half a second to compare the envelope from Marla Hughes' previous "it's in the mail, I swear" filing with her latest round of paperwork, you'd notice something spectacularly obvious. She lied on the record to your face. You gave her the benefit of the doubt. You bent over backwards, gave her a free pass on default, and leaned on that warm-hearted defaults are disfavored language like this was small claims court, not federal litigation. But here we are, mere days later, Marla's back filing the same request you already ruled on as if your last order never happened. You call it pro se confusion. I call it what it is, weaponized incompetence and contempt for the court. Let's be honest, Judge, you enabled this. You let that last motion slide without so much as acknowledging the glaring timeline inconsistency between her story and the postmarked envelope. You sent a message loud and clear. Say whatever the F you want, this court won't call you on it. So now, shocker of all shockers, Marla walked right back in and did it again. Same request, same nonsense, because why not? You gave her every reason to believe the Northern District of Florida is a soft target for people who can't or won't follow basic rules. This isn't about being pro se. This is about integrity, or in Marla's case, the absolute lack of. Here's what you missed while you were being patient, Your Honor. Marla claimed she mailed the motion before the default was entered. The envelope attached to that motion was postmarked the exact same day as default hit. That's not an accident. That's not confusion. That is a deliberate misrepresentation to the court. And what she did learn from this experience, that it works in your court. That she can roll back in, file duplicative garbage, and the worst thing, she'll get a polite denied as moot. Your Honor, respectfully, this is what happens when you reward dishonesty with patience. A court that doesn't enforce truth encourages lies. It's not enough to say denied as moot when you know damn well what's going on here. If a plaintiff lied on their affidavit, if Jeremy Hale's attorney fabricated a mailing date, you'd be quoting Rule 11 and waving around sanctions faster than Marla can find a new excuse. Oh, but because she's pro se, you're going to bend over backwards, or maybe you're bending over forwards and then crying when it pinches. And it's not justice, it's enabling. This is how the anti-what-the-hell's ecosystem operates. Say anything, file anything, lie bold-faced to the course, and trust that nobody will bother to read past the first damn page. And so far, Judge, they're right. Respectfully, it's time to show a little backbone. This isn't the Pee Wee Division of Federal Court. This is the Gainesville Division, United States District Court, Northern District of Florida. If you don't expect defendants to be honest, then just say so. If you do, then enforce it, because right now the message from the courtroom is tell your BS story even if it changes page to page, because we're too polite to notice. You deserve better. This court deserves better. Jeremy deserves better. The process deserves better. With all respect that your position is due and all the blunt honesty that this situation requires, Shizzy Whiz Nut, Dean of Short Bus Litigation Academy, now offering night classes on how to read an effing court order for dummies. Thank you very much, and still, your daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
Oh, yeah. So are you guys ready for the fire? Are you ready for the fire? Because I've got some fire that's going to be happening. Okay. Oh, by the way, are you a minister? No, I am not. Not yet. Again, Papa Bravo, Papa Nut Bravo. It's starting to see a lost cause in Florida for legal truth and actions. Yeah, it is. It is a little bit questionable what is exactly going on in Florida. But I'm wondering how the judge is going to feel about what I'm going to share with you here shortly. So think about this. Let's roll this time train back to March, whenever this litigation started. Whenever Jeremy came out and started this lawsuit. And then look forward, because there was another lawsuit that was happening about the same time. And that particular lawsuit was brought about by one person only. That lawsuit was brought about by Deucey Foreskin. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know this. So this was brought about by Deucey right here versus Andre Kao, Esquire, another attorney. Now, this gets very interesting here. Once you start paying attention to this, you might be really interested in what the responses are. Because he says that he's a citizen of Massachusetts and licensed to practice law in Massachusetts and Connecticut. And Andrew Kao is a citizen of the United States of Connecticut, licensed to practice law. But see, there's also an answer to these. That answer right here was answered to special defense. It says, well, defendant has insufficient information to either admit or deny the allegations and leaves the plaintiff to its proof. And then he also admits, number 3, in this particular one, is the court has jurisdiction. The parties are citizens of different states, and the amount in controversy exceeds the sum of $75,000. Do you think that he was maybe reading Jeremy's complaint? Decided to file things just like Shockett did? Well, and then he says the underlying facts incorporated into all accounts. March 20th, KO asked Manskin to be co-counsel in a Connecticut lawsuit for client SZ, who had been arrested based on lies that SZ's former landlord told police. Manskin informed KO that a successful claim for malicious prosecution would enable SZ to recover punitive damages. KO was unaware that a malicious prosecution claim could be made against a private citizen. And he says, deny, admit, and we get down to it. Once we hit 11, deny that SZ agreed to any arrangements, admit that plaintiff filed an appearance. You see this? Manskin agreed to be co-counsel with the express understanding that Manskin would handle a large portion of the pre-trial litigation, but would not attend the trial as he lived out of state and would work remotely during the trial as well. And KO promised Manskin a 50-50 split of KO's fee in exchange for Manskin becoming co-counsel on the SZ case. KO agreed that Manskin would be reimbursed by any cost borne by Manskin. KO also agreed to seek punitive damages. But what he's saying here is deny that SZ agreed to any arrangement. It admit that plaintiff filed an appearance. He admits that Manskin was served as co-counsel, and he denies the rest of the paragraph. And of course, we get down to 13. Counsel moves to strike this part of the plaintiff's complaint as unnecessary and immaterial and did not file a motion to strike out an abundance of caution because the court's order was the defendant to file an answer rather than to plead. So what exactly was it? KO's promise to to seek punitive damages was a material part of Maskin's agreement to co-counsel this case, and that because punitive damages recovered would result in an award of attorney's fees. Maskin would not have agreed to co-counsel with KO in the absence of KO's promise to seek punitive damages, and KO informed SE that KO would pay Maskin out of KO's share of the recovery, and SE did not have to worry about paying Maskin. SE agreed to the arrangement, but he says no, SE never agreed to this arrangement. Maskin filed a court appearance. Maskin serves as co-counsel throughout the litigation until what? February of 2023. Expending many more hours in the case than KO over 4 years. Why? Because he likes to file frivolous crap. Rick Reed, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the $2 super chat.
Squeeze my hog.
Where'd that come from? Why is somebody wanting to squeeze my hog? Thank you so much, Rick Reed. Oh my gosh, just, oh no. It's going to get much worse. It's going to get much worse. Wait until you see some of the excuses that Bruce had here for it. Maskin served as co-counsel throughout this. During the summer of 2022, KO was suspended from practicing law for 1 month due to numerous grievances by other clients. Good to see you, Rick Reed. You see this right here. KO was suspended from practicing law for 1 month due to numerous grievances by other clients. KO retained Maskin to represent him and negotiate a resolution with the Office of Chief Disciplinary Counsel. Well, let's look at what the response was. Counsel moves to strike this part of the plaintiff's complaint because it's unnecessary and immaterial, and did not file a motion to strike out in abundance of caution because the court's order was the defendant to file an answer rather than to plead. He denies. Now we get down to 17. 17 says Maskin agrees to represent KO in the disciplinary matters. He says denies. Maskin reconfirmed with KO over the phone. KO acknowledged that Maskin would not be appearing at SC's trial, and that Maskin would work remotely during the trial, communicating with KO and drafting motions and other filings. Doesn't this sound familiar? Do you think that he's going to come after Stark now? In an email dated the 10th of 2022, June 10th, 2022, KO told Maskin, "You've done enough. I can try the case." It was reconfirmed numerous times. Each time that Maskin and KO spoke on the phone, Maskin would not be attending the trial live. And right here, it says defendant has insufficient information to either admit or deny the allegations and leaves the plaintiff to its proof. Number 19. Oh, we haven't even gotten there. 18, pretrial and trial occurrence through November leading up to Thanksgiving, during which time Maskin was fully engaged and in contact with KO, working constantly on this case from his office. And following the trial, Maskin did virtually all of the post-trial work, including numerous motions and oppositions to motion. Doesn't this sound familiar? Which consumed most of his time to the exclusion of the rest of his practice. Hey, good to see you. Welcome, MQSSSSSSS. Thank you so much. Over there on the Rumble side. Following trial, Maskin did virtually all of the post-trial work, including numerous motions and oppositions to motions, which consumed most of his time. Although SZ prevailed in her malicious prosecution trial, KO failed to introduce evidence supporting some of SZ's economic damages. KO also failed to request an instruction on punitive damages, thereby preventing an award of attorney's fees under Connecticut law. And of course, he denies, and then 21, he admits. So he denies all of this. And then SZ's jury returned a verdict of little more than $154,000, which was reduced to $101,125,000. KO's malpractice resulted in a $22,000 lost income award being remitted. 22? Well, what does 22 say? Deny. 23, deny. 24, deny. 25. We just see all these denies all the way down to 28. So every single thing that you're going to say, he denies. A malpractice resulted in 22. KO's failure to request an instruction on punitive damage result in the loss of recovery of an estimated $500,000 punitive. On February of 23, KO began blackmailing both Matskin and SZ to keep more of the judgment proceeds. Although SZ wanted to accept an offer of $150 in exchange for not appealing some rulings, KO sabotaged the settlement by removing Matskin's appearance, then reenacting any acceptance so that KO could take control of any judgment or settlement proceeds. Which is a lie, because I've read what this said, and he said that KO was gonna leave. KO emailed Manskin on February 15th of 23, attempting to extort Manskin's acceptance. Doesn't all of this sound really familiar? This is another deny. KO subsequently filed a grievance against Manskin, which was dismissed for lack of probable cause, and he denies that. KO received a full amount of SZ's judgment proceeds and refused to pay Manskin. And on 28, he denies that. And then 29, he admits. Plaintiff demands a jury trial and for all claims. He agrees. On March 19th of March of 2019, KO and Maskins agreed to an even split of the attorney fee in the SC case, and KO would reimburse Maskin for any costs advanced by Matskin. And he denies that. He also denies 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Denies all the way down to 36. So he performed on the agreement for nearly 4 years. KO breached his agreement. Maskin incurred money damages. KO was liable for $16,000, which represents 50% of the recovery under his contingency fee with SZ. KO is liable to Maskins for $1,500 in court costs that Maskin advanced to secure an expert witness. Maskin's total damages for breach of contract were $18,354, and he wants money. Maskin made several demands to KO to pay Maskin's fees and costs. Well, what does he say there? What does he say there? And I'm deleting some of these right here just to make sure that they're done. Made several demands to KO. KO's knowing retention of Matskin's fee, KO refused to pay after Matskin's demand, and KO's extortionist threats constitute statutory theft. Oh my gosh. I need to take off my shoes. Slow down. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it gets worse. Look up that tracking number. It shows all the stops it made. I posted that info. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Deny, admit, deny. The defendant has insufficient information to either admit. I don't know what you're talking about. So, Jane, in your lookup tracking number, it shows all the stops. Doesn't matter how many stops a piece of mail made. It was sent late. It should have been sent before. Doesn't matter how many stops it made. It was late. Number 37, the defendant has insufficient information to either admit or deny the allegations and leaves the plaintiff to its proof. Oh, what is 37? Well, we'll get to that later. 37 is Maskin made several demands to KO to pay those fees and costs, and says defendant has insufficient information to either admit or deny the allegations, leaves that to the plaintiff. Prove it. Deny, 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 deny. Gets all the way down here, all the way to 48. So each one that you're going to hear is a denial. Maskin made several demands. KO's knowing retention of Matskin's fee. KO refused to pay after Maskin demand. KO had no good faith belief that he was entitled to Maskin's fee. Maskin's damages are $18,000 under these rules. Maskin's entitled to treble damages, specifically $55,000. Plaintiff claims entitlement to recover attorney fees from defendant. Wherefore, plaintiff prays for the following relief. Isn't that weird? How much that is? Well, he wants economic damages, treble damages, punitive damages, attorney fees, court costs, and any other relief that they deem just and proper. And we still haven't even got down here to 48 because he's denying every single one of these. In Connecticut, due faith, blah, blah, blah. Common law action for bad faith, blah, blah, blah. Maskin and KO were parties to a contract on which Maskin really expected to be paid. By refusing to pay him, KO engaged in conduct that injured him. Because KO had no good faith reason for refusing to pay him, KO was acting in bad faith. Plaintiff claims entitlement to recover attorney's fees. And it goes on. And then he goes down to 49. Oh, you haven't got to the full response that KO filed in this. Whenever I get to that, it should make your skin crawl. It should make your skin crawl. It really should. Because it's about to get fiery. Like really, really fiery. So right here, once we get down to 49, he admits 49. So what's 49? By asking Maskin to co-counsel SE's case, by working with Maskin for nearly 4 years on SE case, KO knowingly accepts Maskin's services. Well, he agrees. And then we get down to 50. Well, 49 was an admit. Yeah. And then you get down to 50. KO represents Maskin. To KO would pay Maskin's fee of the 50% of the attorney's fees in SC's case. And he says deny. 52 is admit that Maskin's performed services. Deny that Maskin's performed the required services. That was 52. So 51 is 52. Maskin's performed services for nearly 4 years in the SC case, and he says he performed services. He did not perform the required services. And then the rest of it there, all the way down, is denied of 57. Or 54, 55, 56, 57. Maskin expended 600 hours. 600 hours in 4 years. That's a lot of time to spend on a case like this. That's way too much time to spend on a case like this. The fair rate of compensation for Maskin is $400 per hour. In what wet dream does he live in? So think about this. He's wanting to charge people $400 per hour. What do you think he's going to come at after Lynette? What do you think he's going to come after Lynette for? Do you think that he's going to come after her now? I'm just telling you, be prepared, Lynette, because you're next on the chopping block. Whenever he's got brought into this defamation case, do you think that he's going to let that go? Do you think that he's going to say, "Oh my God, I didn't, blah 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 blah, $400 an hour"? The amount to be established through a compilation of time to be submitted in evidence is plaintiff praised for the following relief. By assisting KO for nearly 4 years in SC case, KO knowingly received a benefit from Maskin. Deny, 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 deny. Only down to 58 does he admit. 58. By assisting KO for nearly 4 years, deny. KO refused to pay Maskin for the benefit received, and he admits that. See? 58, he admits. And then 59, he denies. And then he also says, as insufficient information, prove it, defendant, prove it. So 59, 60, 61. In contrary to the equity and good conscience for KO to enjoy and retain the benefit. Deny. Maskin expended at least 600. He doesn't have enough proof for that. The fair rate of compensation is 400. He can't admit to that either. 63. Maskin conferred a benefit of KO at least $240,000, with the actual amount to be established through a compilation of time to be submitted in evidence. And he says, deny, 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 all the way down to 71. So everything you hear, he denies. By blackmailing Maskin, threatening Maskin. KO intended to inflict emotional distress. By blackmailing Maskin, threatening Maskin with grievances, KO knew or should have known that emotional distress would likely result. KO knew or should have known that extortion to deprive Maskin of his fee after nearly 4 years of work and threatening action. Doesn't this all sound very familiar? Defendant 69 would visit immense stress and time consumption. Blackmail and extortion are examples of extreme and outrageous conduct. KO intended to inflict emotional destruction. 69, KO's attempt at blackmail and extortion caused Maskin emotional distress. So he said emotional distress, emotional distress. Manskin's emotional distress was severe. Manskin suffered anger, sleeplessness, fear of being able to pay his financial obligations, social withdrawal, detachment from his family members, and fear of having to respond to frivolous and vexatious grievances. And 71, plaintiff is entitlement to recover attorney's fees from defendant. Well, it gets worse. Because now he wants to say all of this stuff right here. And then, of course, this is very interesting. In case you guys missed this, note this for later. Note this, yeah, Rickles, very kind words. Rickles is the one that pointed this out, and I had most of this already, and I forgot that there was a new filing. As you'll see, this was filed 6/19 of 2024, and this last one, if I'm not mistaken, was filed in 4/21/2025. So March of 2025, the 21st day of March, nearly 6 days ago, this was filed. Oh, and it's going to get worse. Rickles knows what's coming because Rickles has seen this. But I don't know if anybody notices this. His attorney is based out of Jacksonville, Florida. You see that? Jacksonville, Florida. That's where his attorney is based out of. Imagine he's got an attorney in Jacksonville, Florida, someone that could easily represent him in his in all of his cases that he has going on in Florida. Because this guy he's licensed to practice in Connecticut, but he's in Jacksonville. But this is where it's about to get, oh, so much more fire. And if you're part of the little ANTI-WTH's ecosystem, you better be concerned where your money is going and what your money's been doing. Be very concerned. Look at this. Special defense. This is from KO. Unclean hands as to all accounts. Maskin did not perform as agreed. Any breach by the defendant is as a result of the plaintiff's own breach. Maskin's sole goal was to settle the case and not go to trial. Read that again. Maskin's sole goal was to settle the case and not go to trial. Again, Maskin's sole goal, settle the case, not go to the trial. Manskin attempted to get the defendant's client to settle the case for $20,000. Are you paying attention yet? He's licensed. He may be licensed in Florida, but he's in Jacksonville. I'm just telling you, he's the guy's licensed in Jacksonville, and you don't have to be licensed in Gainesville. All you have to be is licensed to practice in federal court, which this attorney is licensed to practice in federal court. And if I'm not mistaken, Florida does not allow you to practice law if you're not a resident of that state. Now, Connecticut may be different, but I know that in the state of Georgia, you can practice, but you have different rules that you have to go by. Oh, what am I reading? What am I reading, Karen? This was something that was filed on 4/21 of 2025 in a Maskin versus KO, where Maskin is suing someone for breach of contract. Okay, and this guy, KO, which also is not the cleanest guy ever. He's run some really crooked, shady stuff up there in Connecticut, is responding to Bruce Maskin's case against him. Rickles knows what's coming. If this doesn't set off the ANTI-WTH's little group of people on what kind of person that they've been propping up, the kind of person that they've been propping up to go on the attack of Jeremy Hales, I don't know what will. Because this should have them questioning every single penny that they've sent into this group of grifters and thieves. It should have them questioning every single bit of money that they've sent in. Maskin's sole goal was to settle the case and not go to trial. Maskin attempted to get the defendant's client to settle the case for $20,000. And when the case did not settle, Maskin gave up on the case. For example, when the expert asked for $5,000 to appear in court and Maskin was asked to assist, Maskin said it was not his problem and to find the money or we will not have a witness. Maskin said, not my problem. Find the money or you ain't going to have a witness. As a result, the defendant had to find the money to hire the expert for trial because the lack of expert witness would have meant no judgment in favor of the defendant's client. Bruce told the defendant that he could participate in the trial because he had to smoke pot every 15 minutes and that all he could do was help remotely. Do you see what he said here? Bruce told the defendant he cannot participate in the trial because he had to smoke pot every 15 minutes and that all he could do was help remotely. Are you not seeing this? Are the anti-Hales not seeing it? Bruce told the defendant, the person that he is supposed to be helping out, that he could not participate in the trial because he has to smoke pot every 15 minutes. And that all he could do was help remotely. As a result, the defendant was forced to do jury selection by himself, try the case by himself without Bruce Maskin on counsel to assist with the evidence part of the case. As a result, the defendant asked Maskin to help with jury instructions, which he agreed to do and participated via phone in open court and in chambers. Had the plaintiff, Bruce, performed the jury instructions, which was his responsibility, would have been done properly, and the defendant would have earned more money. Because the plaintiff did not perform his task of jury instruction, the defendant lost the amount of money that the plaintiff is claiming was lost had there been an award of punitive damages. If I just smell it, I'm stay home, get stoned, send me a check. Exactly. Sweating nonstop, wiping nose sounds more than pot usage. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Yes. Now, the termination rescission waiver, whatever agreement the parties had, was terminated by the parties, and the defendant does not owe the plaintiff, as he alleged, counterclaim, breach of contract, breach of the duty of good faith and fair dealing, misrepresentation. The counsel does not have sufficient time to plead the claims into separate counts. Okay, this is a counterclaim. KO agreed for Maskin to assist him in the case to completion. Maskin refused to assist KO with the jury selection and trial as previously agreed. Maskin refused to pay for half of the costs of the expert fee during trial. As a result, Maskin's refusal to pay for half of the expert fee, KO had to borrow money to pay for the expert fee before trial. After trial, Maskin agreed to pay $1,500 as a contribution towards the expert fee for trial. Maskin only paid a part of the expert fee because there was a verdict at the time, and he knew that his fees were guaranteed. Had there been no verdict, it is clear that Maskin did not want to incur half the expenses to bring the case to verdict and only became interested in paying for fees and cost after the verdict. How fast do you think that Bruce would come begging for money? And I'm just throwing this out there. Maybe in my own sick mind, I understand this. Who knows? How fast do you think that Bruce would be suing Lynette if Jeremy turned around tomorrow and decided to settle? Not that he's going to, because he already said he's not going to settle. What if Jeremy said, I am settling this case right now? And on Fed case 1, said he was gonna settle. How fast do you think Bruce would be asking for money and suing Lynette? Lynette, he will sue the ever-living piss out of you for every single bit of money that you get. And he knows exactly how much money is being donated to you. Why? Because Lisa Lee is telling him exactly how much money is there. She's got to cover her ass. And she needs other people to be in on it, which is collusion. How fast do you think that he would sue every single one of you to get that money? He's already shown you the kind of person that he is right here. He's already suing somebody for work that he didn't even do, claiming hours that he probably didn't even work, saying in 4 years' time he put over 600 hours worth of work. Had there been no verdict, it's clear that Matzkin didn't want to incur half of the expenses to bring the case to verdict and only became interested in paying for fees and costs after the verdict. As a result of Matzkin's refusal to assist with the jury selection and trial, Kao asked Matzkin to at least help with the jury instruction. Well, Matzkin agreed to be responsible with the jury instructions remotely because he was going to be stoned the whole damn time. That new agreement was to be responsible for the jury instructions did not relieve Matzkin of his duties to help with jury selection and trial as previously agreed. As a result, Matzkin's refusal to participate with the jury selection and trial and jury instructions, Kao incurred loss and monetary damages. Hey, might have got my degree online and I may have not know law, but that doesn't mean I'm not still a con man. Yep. Good to see you, Bruce Manskin. Manskin, without permission from lead counsel, Kao contacted the defendants. Listen to this. Manskin, without permission from lead counsel, Kao contacted the defendant's attorney and told him that the case would not be settled without an agreement of fee distribution between himself, Kao, and Kao's client. Matzkin had no authority to make such a decision without consulting with Kao and Kao's client. Had it not been for Matzkin's action, the case would have settled for more money during the appeal, and attorney Kao's 1/3 amount would have been more money. Matzkin caused the settlement check to be delayed by over 1 year. Kao represented Matzkin in a grievance filed against him for stealing his client's money in an employment case around the same time that Matzkin alleged that he represented Kao in a grievance. Read this again. Kao represented Matzkin in a grievance filed against him for stealing his client's money in an employment case. Yes, that was the one that he had the grievance complaint on. That was why Kao represented him in that case. And also why that case was held up. Well, Matzkin breached his duty of good faith and fair dealing when stopped to assist with jury selection and trial and stopped assisting with fees and expenses after the case was scheduled for trial when all settlement effort failed. He has stopped assisting with fees and expenses once it was scheduled for trial when all settlement offer failed. He could not handle a trial. Tom Gillis, what are you doing? Hey, Sunday fun day with the shiz. Ooh, well, we got more coming today too, because at 8 o'clock tonight, I will be doing a spicy stream with my favorites: Dictionary Diva, Volstorm, Yamaha Biker. It's gonna be fire. Matzkin is an attorney and knows how hard it is to try a case over multiple days by oneself and still did not care to come to the trial once. Instead of coming to court to assist counsel with the trial, Matzkin told Kao that he could not be there because he needed to smoke marijuana at least once or twice per hour. Or hear that again. Instead of coming to a court to assist counsel with trial. Maskin told KO that he could not be there because he needed to smoke the weed at least once or twice per hour. Had KO knew that Maskin had to smoke weed every hour, he would not have agreed to share his win 50-50 with Maskin. Manskin's misrepresentation that he would help KO 50-50 was a lie, and Manskin knew that if the case did not settle, that he would give up on the case. And right there it is. As Jeremy has said, I am not settling this case. I refuse to settle this case. Manskin knows that Jeremy is not going to settle this case, and this is why he bailed. This is why he told Lynette, we're going to file this so it looks like you fired me, but I will help you in the background so I can smoke my weed all day long. Just think, all you guys, all you little anti-what-the-hells, freaks and anger management control people, this is the person that you're wanting to send money for. This is the person that you want to help out Lynette. Wow. Doesn't that make you feel good? Doesn't that make you feel your money was well spent? Good job. Had KO knew Manskin's plan, he would not have agreed to share his profit with Manskin as he did. KO only agreed to share with Maskin as he did because he did believe that Maskin would assist with 50% of the jury selection and trial if the case did not settle, and Maskin only cared about the settlement. Where's Yamaha? Oh, I wish Yamaha was here because the letter is going to be fired today. As a result of KO's reasonable reliance on Maskin's offers to assist, KO incurred monetary damages. How many promises has he made to the little ecosystem? How many promises has he helped out there? Tell me. Has it been one? Has it been two? Has it been all of them? How many people have donated to this cause? How many people have given up their hard-earned money to help somebody out that they feel because they dislike Jeremy so much that they want to just throw money? I'm not saying you can't. That's entirely up to you. But how happy are you that the reason that he bailed is because he knows that Jeremy isn't going to settle, and he knows that he can't take a trial to the court, that he would lose. He needs somebody else to do his work. Why? Because he has to stay high all the time. Aren't you just proud of the money that you spent? Aren't you just happy that this is how he left his client? But hey, if that's what you want to do, feel free. Just know that Jeremy said, no, I'm not settling. I am not going to deal with this. I am going to make sure that this does not happen again. And how do you think he's going to start responding whenever he gets into the federal case too? What do you think that he's going to start filing? Do you think it's going to be cognitive pleadings? Or is it just going to be more cut, copy, paste, the same garbage? KO is the one that represented him in another case. Him and KO were working together on a particular case that was supposed to settle, according to KO and Bruce. They wanted it to settle. It did not settle, and it ended up going to trial, and Bruce was supposed to help him out with that. But Bruce bailed before that, and then only came forward asking for money afterwards. As a result of KO's unreasonable reliance on Maskin's offer to assist 50-50, KO incurred monetary damage. And then there's count 4. Negligent infliction of emotional distress. Maskin had a duty not to cause emotional distress. Maskin breached that duty when he sent many emails. As you can see, this goes to show that he's done this before. Sent many emails to others, to KO, to delay his payment from the case, defame the character of KO. As a proximate result of the breach, KO incurred monetary damage. Maskin was a substantial factor in causing KO anguish and emotional distress. Oh, yeah. Now we know why Deuce always smells like. Welcome, Jerry. Good to see you. I told you did not want to miss this one. This one is fire. Shizzy, call all then when they are these masquerading. Call then all what they are, these masquerading as grafters. Yeah. I mean, we already know this. And anybody that is not paying any attention to this, that this is what your money went to. This is what your money went to for how long now? It's over a year. All those little things that you're throwing out there thinking that you're helping out Lynette, these are the kind of people that you're dealing with. This is where your money is going. Hey, if you want to donate to it, absolutely feel free. But know that the reason that Bruce left, and you can prove it by this, is that he is known for bailing on it whenever it gets tough, that he cannot handle it. And I guarantee if Jeremy, which he's not, if Jeremy was to settle tomorrow, say, I want to do a settlement with her, we're going to write her a check, and we're going to end this case right now. I guarantee you Bruce would come after Lynette and sue her for that money. I guarantee he would do it because that's what he did right here. Sued for money for work that he did. Prayer for leave, monetary damage counterclaim. Plaintiff demands a jury trial and also triable issues. And it was sent by Andrew Ko, Boys and Girls Club of Bridgeport. Oh yeah. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about whenever I said that these guys, they had to get a settlement on the case. That's the only way that they would move forward. This is that, and Tug was right, and so was Yamaha. These are their death throes. These are their death throes. Whenever they started filing all of those frivolous bullshit filings, they were in the death throes. They were grasping at anything they possibly could to try to get Jeremy to settle. Because the judge isn't paying any attention. Eject. Yeah. They pulled the plug on that one really quick. Yeah, if there's any sort of settlement, I guarantee you Bruce is going to come begging for money. Like, pay me. Look at all the hard work that Bruce did. On this case, over 4 years, 600 hours worth of billable hours is what he's claiming. Oh, and see, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Thank you.
Welcome to the shit show.
Very much. Welcome. It is a blast being here. And yes, we have got some crazy stuff here. So, just know that money that's sitting in the Lee's little bank account that's sitting there waiting on him, Bruce believes that he's entitled to that. Oh, Rick Friend doing it, another one. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh, yeah. We haven't even got the letter yet. We haven't even got the letter yet. The letter is coming. So much. Thank you, Rick Friend. And make sure you show a little bit of love to Rick and doggone it. I overlooked the name again. Show it to Rick and Ann C for the gifted memberships. Those are awesome. Those are awesome. Oh, you guys are awesome. Yeah, look, there you go. Showing some love. Yeah. Hello. Rick Friend for your generosity and for Gene receiving it. And of course, hey, Robert Ward says he's been a member here for 3 months and welcome
to the shit show.
There you go.
Every single
Thank you
day.
so much, Robert. I appreciate you. Yes, that is a very, very long time to be here. 3 months. Thank you, Robert Ward. And I do. Oh yeah, just got crazier. Oh no, this is just a small portion of what we know about bubbles out there. This is just a small portion. Oh, there's plenty more. Trust me. This case is going to get crazier, and I hate to say that because this does not help Jeremy out a whole lot. It's going to get crazier before it gets completed, because you're looking at 2 separate cases. Plus, you've got the thumbnail case. You've got we're talking about 2 cases in federal court. You got another 3 that are going on in state court. I mean, it's just, it's not good. You dropped a big hammer here. Well, I hope that they're paying attention and that they know what their money is going to, because that's going to show. It's going to show where I think everybody should be standing in this, and where people feel that they've been right or wrong in this, and you'll have people that'll deny it. But of course, it's that time.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
An open letter to the ANTI-WTH circus and the church of Bruce Manskin. Your lawyer can't even show up for his own cases, but tell me more about integrity. Tell me you're desperate without saying you're desperate. Dear ANTI-WTH's echo chamber, Jeremy haters and the peanut gallery still lighting candles for BBB. So this is your champion. This is the guy you bet the farm on. The legal genius you hoisted up on your shaky little soapbox to lead the charge against Jeremy Hales. The hero of the ANTI-WTH's narrative. I hope you kept the receipt because Bruce just smoked it into oblivion. Your brilliant counsel. The man you breathlessly defended between anonymous hate posts and sock puppet live streams just got his pants yanked down in federal court by his own co-counsel, and folks, it wasn't pretty. Because while you've been flooding your sock puppet socials with Jeremy bad memes and trying to rewrite reality with your own wish casting, your beloved Bruce has been out here on the record in black and white, getting dragged across federal courtrooms by his own co-counsel for doing exactly what we've been telling you he does: abandoning cases, sabotaging his own side, and flaking like the Pillsbury biscuit in July. In KOV Manskin's, your golden boy Bruce wasn't just accused of sloppiness. No. He was accused of torching his own side's case so spectacularly that it belongs in a FEMA disaster zone. That poor fool thought Bruce would actually show up and assist at trial and, I don't know, maybe do his job. Instead, let's review the reel of your hero's greatest hits. Step 1, promise to show up for trial. Step 2, bail on jury selection like a deadbeat dad skipping visitation weekend. Step 3, refuse to pay for expert witnesses he agreed to split. 4, when called out, blaming it on needed to smoke weed every 15 minutes. Doubled down on the cowardice by trying to help remotely from the safety of his couch and bong. Contact the opposing side behind his own client's back to discuss settlement and fee splits without authority. Step 7, trash his co-counsel in emails when he gets caught. Sound familiar? Step 8, delay payments. Smear the guy's reputation, and then cry victim. Step 9, repeat, because this is all that BBB has in his little toolbox. This isn't alleged misconduct. This is sworn counterclaim testimony of full-blown postmortem on Bruce's career in real time. And there you all are, polishing the turd, telling the world how professional and ethical your favorite hack is. Are you proud of yourselves yet? Are you still feeling good about the team you've picked? Because while you're out here clutching your pearls and screeching about grifting and fraud and Jeremy bad like a gag of menopausal parrots, your legal Moses can't even be bothered to show up to part the Red Sea. He's too busy hitting the water pipe and dialing it in over Zoom. Oh yes, your legal white knight needed to make a bong rip every ripe commercial break just to get through the day, and left his co-counsel high and dry, pun intended, to carry the entire case alone. But hey, at least Bruce offered to phone it in from home between hits, right? Big effort. So let me guess. This is where you pivot to, well, he's not my lawyer, or that's a totally different case, or it doesn't count. It's the same exact tired excuses that you run every time your little hate parade trips over its own shoelaces. Trust me, they're tripping hard. Because here's the thing, Buttercup. This absolutely counts. When the guy leading your crusade gets called out under oath for abandoning his own client at trial because he can't put the pipe down long enough to function like a grown-ass adult, that's not bad optics. That's who he is. This guy is your weapon, the sword that you swing. The guy who smokes his way out of responsibility, ghost writes his own failure, then blames everyone else when the roof caves in. Manskin doesn't just lose cases. No. He torches them on the runway, sells the extinguisher, then sues the fire department. But not before he gets his smoke in. This genius then contacted the opposing party directly, without permission from his own co-counsel or the client, trying to wheel and deal behind their backs on settlement and fee distribution. Because nothing says ethical legal practice like cutting side deals and sabotaging your own client's leverage at the negotiating table. Then, like the pettiest of sore losers, he allegedly launched an email smear campaign, sound familiar, against the very attorney he left stranded, which caused delaying of payments, defaming the guy, and made the entire mess uglier than the comment section of your group's Facebook posts. But sure, tell me again, how's Jeremy the problem? Spin your sad little yarns on Reddit, pass around the same 5 screenshots on your Facebook called Scream Grifter while you hit donate on another shady GoFundMe run by your cast of felons, stalkers, and Craigslist extras. Meanwhile, your MVP can't even be bothered to meet the baseline expectation of showing up to work. Not even high, just showing up. You wanted this guy on your team. Well, congratulations, you got exactly what you deserved. Bruce Bong rips before bench briefs Manskin, the patron saint of half-staff lawyering and crybaby excuses. This is your captain. This is your hill. Die on it. Signed, Shizzy Wiznut. Wearing Velcro shoes, wondering how many L's it'll take before you admit the obvious, licking the window, and still outperforming your whole squad from the short bus with a juice box in one hand and your L in the other. And of course, still, as always, your daddy.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
I told you guys didn't want to miss that one today. And now you understand why I said don't miss this one. If anything you wanted to miss, it was definitely that one right there. Cam Boyko, member 1 month after yesterday about Russ. The sus didn't show up in the case, yet it still looks like the good old boy system in northern Florida. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? How that happened. I saw that also, and that it sucks that Jeremy has to deal with this kind of crap. I mean, feel for the people in Otter Creek because they're the ones that are going to be suffering because of it. Thank you so much for being a member. And
welcome to the shit show. every single day.
I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Liz Bird says Luthman has been named in another case for the same behavior he's displaying here. I'm looking for the details. That dance guy is the video. Well, thank you so much.
Squeeze my hard.
Whoa, where did that come from? Thank you for the fiver. I appreciate you very much. That is Liz Bird. Yeah, I know Luthman has done all kinds of shady stuff, and I haven't even started showing half of what I've dug into. From creating Facebook accounts to that basically going after someone, a politician, like attacking them through Facebook posts. Like he creates a bunch of sock accounts. Well, I love this shit show. Well,
Welcome to the shit
thank
show.
you.
Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. 'Cause everybody's such, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Robert Ward says, hello, Shizzy. I think I already got you on that one. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Make sure that I'm not missing anything here. And yeah, that was very Rosalind Duke. How you doing, lovely? How you doing? Oh my gosh, so glad I was here. Yes. Has everyone ever realized the name actually says Oh, yeah. Little paint chips. He's done this kind of stuff before. So Russ never showed up. What happens now? They didn't find any reason to prosecute. So he walks free. That's what happens. That's what happens. Because they didn't bring up any of the other counts. So he just walks. Nothing will be done. Yeah. That's usually what happens with it. It feels it's like a gut punch knowing that these are the kinds of things that people do. You offered Rosalind. You offended Rosalind on her street ram by saying Jay Hip is awesome. I mean, seriously, yes, you are in such big trouble. You're in such big trouble. Shame on you, Pickles. You're in such big trouble. You can't offend Rosalind for that. Thank you, Rickles. No, you're not in trouble. But it sounds good whenever I say it. It's off-brand. Oh my gosh. Paint Chips invested heavily in pre-owned bottled of lube from Diddy. Well, Bruce, if he picks up poor people, scammers, cons, they use either too stupid, don't realize what he's doing, or ain't going to believe it. In the courts, since he's a lawyer, and courts see clients as a crook scammer. Yeah, it is very, very saddening that happened today. And it's the way that it goes. It's the way that it goes. We hope that, that Jeremy is able to get some sort of justice in this federal case. I mean, not that I'm an attorney or anything, but I would be playing these things very, very close and very tight with every single filing, every single pleading, so tight and waterproof that like it's impossible for the judge to ignore. I mean, it is one of those. I think Randy's going to have to figure out how to hit those spots just right, because apparently Bubbles seems to be getting the jabs in there, and the judge is just ignoring it. It's impressive that the judge is ignoring things. Well, hopefully, whenever those sanctions come down, because they should be coming down like quite a bit on Bruce's behavior. Yeah, I hope that the judge hits really hard on those, because it's ridiculous. Throw in some love and appreciation. Thank you, Ninja Puppy. I appreciate you for the $2 super chat. That is very kind of you, and it is wonderful. I love doing what I do. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Ninja Puppy. And then, of course, I love the love. And then, of course, 600 hours equals a total of 25 days out of 4 years. Yeah, but you have to understand that 25 days out of 4 years, but he didn't do any work for a good portion of that. So 25 days on a trial that probably lasted 1 day. My wife spends a lot less time on cases that are much larger than this. 600 hours as co-counsel, which means he's not doing most of the work. And if he's billing out that 600 hours, then that's a lot of hours. And thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, Kelly B. Is he still going to be hanging on? He's still got a hearing on Thursday. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think from what I can see that there's a lot of stuff going on that he's got going. Not too good for him. Not too good for him. You're barefoot? I don't know. We shouldn't be hearing about your feet, Rosalind. If the judge sentences BBB is that cruel and unusual, well, I mean, the judge can, sanction him. As far as sentences, that would involve jail time. The only way that the judge would impose jail time is if he does something that's criminally, illegal. Not paying your fines and ignoring the judge. That can rise to the level of being thrown in jail, but I don't know. Maybe. Hey Jay, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy next week because we've got a bunch of filings that are going to be coming in. I can almost guarantee that I'm pretty sure that Brandy has to have his filed by the end of the month, and that'll be fire. I can't wait to see what Randy has filed. Oh, because Randy's got a really good way of putting things in pleadings that it makes it, I think, a little bit easier for artards like me to figure out. It's gonna be a wild week next week. I'm pretty sure that whenever everything is said and done, that we're gonna have a very interesting week. And I hope that let me see if I've got. Let me do this. Because I've got to be finishing up here shortly. I mean, I'll still talk with you for a little bit. I'm just getting it set up. See where I'm going to forward you guys off to. Because I do have another stream at 8:00 tonight. I need to go. I spent the entire day. Well, not the entire day. A good portion of my day today building a end table for my nephew. It's pretty cool. See if I got a picture of it. I have to show you a picture of it because I don't have it like anywhere else. Oh, let's see. That's an okay picture. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. So I do have a picture of it here. Give me a second. There we go. So my nephew, whenever we were in there for helping build some stuff, we had a bunch of leftover stuff. So see right there, that was what I built for my nephew. The top of it is actually all of it's just leftover spare stuff that was sitting around. Some of it was left over while I was there in sir who said the other fraud filing coming soon about LP. Yeah. Those trust me, those will be coming out like crazy. But yeah, that's what I did most of my day today. I put together a table, built a table for my nephew. So it's got a nice walnut finish, and that's all stained and coated. So he should be able to use it whenever I see him next, which will be May. Yeah, sometime in May, I'm going to be seeing him. If not, it might get to him earlier than that. If it gets to him earlier, I mean, I've been building. Yeah, I built all kinds of stuff. If you know anything about what I do on my spare time, which I don't have always a whole lot of it, that's what I'm going to be. That's what I do is I build things out of wood or steel. I built my wife some trellises. Scrap wood projects, always fun to do. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh no, it took me because while I was there, I built the initial frame for it, and I didn't have enough material to build legs. There wasn't enough drop. So whenever I got home, I knew that I had some cypress left over from a table that I built. And so I had some of that left over, used those pieces to trim it out, and some leftover birch plywood. So it's like it's not birch, it's a maple. It's a maple laminate plywood. And it has like a little bit of burling in it. So whenever you add that dark walnut stain to it, it turns like really cool shades of like different angles, give you different views of it. It's pretty cool. But I did pick that thing up, and that's what I was doing. I mean, what can I say? Sometimes I just build things. I wasn't even planning on doing a stream today because I have one later tonight. And that's what I was going to be doing is, doing my stream later. I was going to see if Jeremy had a stream coming up. I think he does have one coming up tonight, but it's the same time as mine. Well, that's how it goes. Sometimes people stream at the same time. What I'm going to do is I think I will send everybody over. Let's see, when is that coming up? I need to try building a new cat tower for your Nina. She loves scratching the rope stuff. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm live at 8 stars. See, that's the thing. I do a live stream with a few of my favorite people in the world, and we do some very interesting, maybe slightly provocative storytelling. And it usually goes off the rails about 2 sentences in. If you haven't seen those, they're fun to do. And we stream for straight up 2 hours. It's just a 2-hour stream, fun stuff. And we have a good time. Got Dictionary Diva, Yamaha Biker, and Volstorm all come in and do that. Sometimes I do have special guests. I'm hoping Mo in the Deep End will be able to join me tonight, because she was the one that came up with the idea for this one. It'd be nice to have her in, and she's an awesome person. But we're going to be doing that this evening at 8, and so I'll have to go spend a little bit of time with my wife because I feel like I've been neglecting her, and she enjoys having me around. Sometimes, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And let's see, when is Tom Gillis's stream coming up? He's got one coming up on, nope, that one's already done past. Well, looks like I love you some Mo in the Deep End. Yes, you should love some Mo in the Deep End. She's an absolute sweetheart. Also, pay attention because during the Karen Reed trial, I have been writing some new letters for those. Usually it's just a daily recap in my own spicy, usual kind of talk. And I hope you guys enjoy those. We do have a little bit of fun with those. But I think what I'll do is I'll just let everybody know where that stream is going to be at 8 o'clock. If nothing else, tag it, come back later after you've gone and watched Jeremy. After you've gone and watched Jeremy, come back by, swing in, and enjoy the stream. Find out what the Sunday Spice is all about. If you don't watch it live, watch it on repeat. It's awesome. It's awesome. You won't get to interact with the chat like everybody does because they just about wet themselves most of the time. But that's what we all enjoy doing. I hope that this stream was informative and enjoyable and humorous. I hope you liked the letter, And I thank every single one of you for coming by today. And make sure that if you haven't, hit the thumbs up, hit that thing, subscribe. You can always throw money at me, and I still won't get naked because I'm naked already. Underneath all these clothes, I am butt naked. Serious. I'm just like, there's nothing on under these clothes. It's a sad thing. But sometimes it happens. Everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon. Peace, y'all. Have a
Oh, you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen. Caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny. So grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy. Send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Pop a nut, shizzy daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow. Agenda will see me tomorrow. Same obsession, same effing thing.